Hello, welcome to another episode of Talking Sports and Fitness with Zeke. I'm Zeke, sometimes known as Mike Zielinski. Before I quickly forget, please like us on Facebook and don't forget to subscribe to the People Chronicles channel on YouTube. Back for an encore performance with me today are Melissa Hummel and David James Twiford, who are from iForm Fitness Studio, which is basically a suspension strap, core-based training facility in West Reading, and we did a program on that, and it was very interesting and helpful. Well, welcome again, guys.
Thank you.
Today we're going to talk about two components with each of these fitness buffs. Their competitive activities, their channels, and also some specialties they do with training beyond what we discussed with the iForm Fitness. Melissa is a very accomplished marathoner. You've run and competed in numerous ones, including Boston. How many marathons have you done?
I've done 6. 7 is on the books for this year.
And where's that going to be?
I'm going to do the Philadelphia for the first time.
Okay. And how many miles a week do you put in?
When I'm in training, it could be anywhere usually between 50 and 60. Sometimes more.
Yeah. Do you find the training you do with the suspension straps and the TRX has a major beneficial effect with your running impact, just with your body being?
Yes, definitely. It allows range of motion. I get the stretch and I get the strength at the same time. So it helps to open me up as well as strengthen all the muscles that I need.
I would assume that also helps prevent injuries. That
Yes.
with all that pounding on your legs, you're not wearing out your knees.
Yes, that and sometimes, because you're running and you're constantly in the same motion forward, some of your other muscles can get weaker, like going laterally, if you're not using those motions. And when those start to break down, then that's when a lot of people get hip and knee injuries.
Where do you train around here?
I run all through Sinking Spring and Wyomissing and West Lawn.
So you're basically running on streets, or do you run on any terrain?
Yep, I run on the road. Yep.
Yeah, and how is that with your knees and stuff?
The road for me is actually much better than any other surface.
Okay.
Sidewalks are too unstable, curbs and everything. Trails, I don't like cinders. It bothers me after a while. So road, I find I'm the most comfortable with.
And how many years have you been running?
I've been running since I've been about 10. I haven't always done long distance. I didn't have the attention span for it, I think, until I was about maybe 24. 25 is when I started getting into longer distances.
Oh, well, that's quite impressive. You're very active too, David, but you do it sitting down, right? You're quite the bicyclist.
I do. I enjoy biking and hiking and kayaking.
Okay.
I do various different activities.
Do you compete with your biking?
I do not.
Okay.
No, I do not. Those days are over.
But you did
as
it
far
one
as,
time?
I would be very competitive on a road bike,
Yeah.
but I was never on any formal teams or anything like that. But I did ride. I've been riding for over 25 years now.
And you did a New York City five-borough bike ride? You've done that a number of times?
I have. And
how far is that?
That's really not that bad. That's only, till you're said and done, it's about 45 miles.
Okay.
Okay, and that's really not too bad, actually,
And
because it's 45 miles of, it's relatively, lazy hills. It's not too bad. Now, if it's 45 miles of, some elevation, then that's a different story.
And what's the longest race you've ever, a competition or distance you've ever covered?
About 80 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Melissa, in addition to the iForm Fitness Studio and also being quite the marathoner, you're also Titleist-certified golf conditioning specialist. Tell me a little bit about that. What do you do for a golfer per se? I guess a lot of the keeping the lower back flexible and stuff like that. Tell me about it.
Well, the Titleist Performance Institute has an assessment. So when a client comes or a customer calls, I set them up with an appointment for an assessment. And there's about 14 different movements that I take them through, and I assess flexibility, strength, stability, and endurance in those exercises. And then from there, I can sort of develop a program of what this person is dealing with. And usually it's some form of breakdown biomechanically that they're having either pain or not getting the ball out as far as they would like to be.
I imagine flexibility is paramount for a golfer, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it also helps them golf better. You know?
Yes. And also when somebody's not that flexible and the golf swing is such a quick motion to your body, people underestimate how much force is coming through. So when you have tightnesses, then you're getting joints pulled in different directions very quickly, and then that's often when pain comes to follow.
Some golfers warm up, some don't. Well, I guess it's kind of silly if a golfer goes out and he's not really warmed up at all.
I get on my clients all the time about warm up and cool down.
Yeah.
I developed just
and the cool down is not the 19th hole.
No, it's not. I have just a moving dynamic warm-up that I give most of my clients, and it takes them about 4 minutes. They like it. It's something they stick to, and I can get them to do that versus any other warm-up drill that takes a lot longer.
Do some clients, you work with them throughout the golf season, or it's mostly prior to it?
It's both. I work with some golfers year-round, and then some are in the wintertime. They come in, they sort of get tuned up, and then I won't see them during the golf season.
It's amazing about, we were talking a little bit about, before we went on the air, of golfers on the PGA level, almost all exceptionally fit, which was not always the case. Mm-hmm. I assume that's trickling down to the general golfing populace, because I know there's a lot of young guys that can really hit the ball, and equipment has obviously changed things to a degree, but it's amazing what people can do that they couldn't do years ago, especially in terms of distance.
Yes.
And how much do you think fitness and training comes into that?
It's huge. It's a combination of the fitness and training and the development of equipment as well. So the two have really complemented each other the last couple of years. But definitely it's figuring out the right things to do, which people didn't often know what to do or how to help their golf game. And now that we sort of have that information and giving that to people, it makes a big difference.
And you do this at I-Form Fitness Studio?
Yes.
Okay. It's interesting because of all of your training that you do at I-Form Fitness Studio and your marathon running and training, you don't have time to golf much.
No, I wish I did have time more, but I think I will get back to it eventually, but right now...
And you slow down a little bit when you're like 85.
Exactly.
Speaking of age, David, you are a senior fitness strength and conditioning specialist, and you work with 50 to 90-year-olds. I guess at 90, once you hit 91, you figure the heck with it, but anyway. What do you do a little bit differently for an older person? And obviously that's a big range. I mean, 50 nowadays isn't really old. 90 is, but
it is.
And people have different issues as they get older. Some people get arthritis, some people don't, some other issues. So you have to really kind of tailor it to the individual.
Yes, there's always going to be a concern whether you're at 50 or at 90. And but what do I do different? Not a lot.
Really?
Not a lot. I still work on core strengthening, flexibility, balance, especially, and
which is a real challenge for some people.
It's a challenge for me. It's challenge. It was a challenge for.
I think there's a biological reason why older people. Because my mother has some balance. She's almost 90, but she has some balance issues, and apparently there's something in your brain that changes as you get older and throws your balance off. There's a lot that come into play, with balance, and it's something that you don't want to neglect in your training regimen. You want to make sure that you're throwing some component of balance in your training. Besides balance, what are some of the other major problems for seniors? Besides getting stiff.
The fitness industry, they label senior fitness as 55 plus. Yeah. And that's what, I don't really agree with that. That's why it's more about active aging is what we refer it to now, or at least I do. Yeah. But we work a lot with strength training that helps, like a resistance training for bone density.
Yeah, that's very important, especially if someone has a tendency to get osteoporosis.
Yeah, yes. So things of that nature. We also, with training the heart, we like to, elevate the heart rate. With
Are you
heart
ever
rate.
concerned about that with an elderly person? About you want them having a heart attack while they're doing
No,
it?
but we require, a doctor's release form. We want to know some health history and things like that. We want to make sure that we know, and then we can go from there. And
but you
where
can
we can
enhance
take them.
their cardio capacity.
Absolutely, we could enhance their cardio capacity and without raising a single leg at times.
Really?
We could get them to elevate their heart rate by maybe perhaps doing some ball slams. We can do a whole bunch of different things of that nature.
Because you have to work on, like, if someone has bad knees, or like you have to work around that.
We have some battle ropes. We have
battle ropes. What are battle ropes? Yeah.
They're just like a 30-foot, about 1.5 inch diameter ropes that we could do a variety of exercises with, to help get the heart rate up, also kind of work the arms and core.
So you're trying to give people a new lease on life to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, and again, they want to feel good, and they want to lose some pounds, or they want to gain some muscle tone. And all of those things is what we do.
And it's harder to maintain muscle tone and keep the weight off as you get older, right?
Yes.
It is. Yeah. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. So diet also, goes hand in hand with your exercise program.
And if you find someone who's investing the time and money in training, it has a residual effect. Well, if I'm doing this, I might stop eating a bag of potato chips as often too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a really positive change, and the best investment that you can make, is into your healthy living, your health, and your wellness.
I mean, health is your guy's life, but you have to have an indulgence. What's your indulgence, Melissa? Do you ever eat ice cream or anything like that?
Ice cream and peanut butter are mine.
And you have what, a little bit once a year? Or
Well, I have 2 children, so
okay. And how old are they?
They're 6 and 8.
Okay. Are you training them already?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
really?
They are already in training.
Well, they're going to kick butt on the athletic level. And how about you, David? Would you have any indulgences?
Oh yeah, I have quite a few. I would say, like most people, pizza. I enjoy a nice pizza and burgers and ice cream. I have a
but
sweet
the good
tooth.
thing is about working out a lot and being in shape, you kind of burn it off to a degree.
It's in
right?
moderation. I'm not saying that we're eating this, every night or every other night.
Yeah, but you don't eat kale 3 times a day.
It's not. It's not. I don't even say it's a cheat night. I say it's a reward.
Okay.
If you really work out hard, for a solid amount of time in this exercise program, whether it's a week, 2 weeks, or a month, take that one night and reward yourself and go and have, it's okay. It really is.
Yeah.
You guys have happy lives, like you can tell,
Oh yeah,
you love
it's great.
doing what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, beat sitting behind a corporate desk, right?
That's
Better
right.
believe it.
That's right.
All right. Melissa Hummel and David Twiford, iForm Fitness Studio, the senior fitness conditioning, the golf conditioning, the running, the biking, amazing. I'm tired just going through that. But anyway, check them out, and you take care. And for now, this is Zeke saying goodbye.
These community stories are made possible in part by BCTV, Susie Ray Design, Queen City Family Restaurant, Lamar Advertising, Heidelberg Family Restaurant, Reading Air, Lions and Hole, Peanut Bar, and Kutztown University.